Hello.
Howdy. Sorry.
We
We
got
was,
to eating and lost track of time.
yep. We just happened to look up and said, "Oh my God, we late."
Yep, we apologize. I don't want that. I want this. Do this. Miss Armedia's in the house. How are you? No, you didn't miss this one too, honey. We was eating and got lost in time. Joy says, good evening, everybody. Desiree says, April and B. Glenn. Proud Mama's waving. Aaron Skinner says, hello. I'm heading out to work in a few. Well, we glad you said hello.
Yes. We would have been on here a little bit earlier, but we was fixing something to eat and watching Jason, and then we got it done and decided we'd give enough time to eat, but we got to eating and our mouth went over our eyes, I reckon.
Yeah.
We couldn't see the clock.
Honey, it ain't bad. I've just had a bad day. I got goat bit. I burnt my fingers. I don't know how or why, but I left the darn pan on in the house. The stove was on for like 4.5 hours. I thought I cut it off.
It's a good thing she had it down on low.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I had it way on low, but still, that bothers me that I done that. But I did. Got goat bit on this hand, burnt this hand. My stomach's just not been feeling good all day. It's been hurting.
I didn't get blamed for the goat, but she blamed me for the pan.
No, I
You
didn't.
did. You said you turned the stove on.
Oh
I said no,
yeah, I
I
thought you turned
didn't.
it on
No.
because I thought I cut it off, but I didn't.
Uh huh.
It's just been a bad day.
They happen.
That's okay. He knows he's a big feller. 6'3". That's pretty big feller.
Hey, yep.
Miss
She's bounced off the
Desiree.
shoulder a bunch of times.
Yep. It's just I'm ever since I've got up this morning, everything's went downhill for me. And I don't know why, but it has.
Everybody has them.
Yep. But it's one of them days whenever you get out of bed and you realize you should turn around and go back to bed because everything you do just turns to mush. I mean, y'all just wouldn't believe there's a lot of stuff I ain't even told you. It's just been one disaster for me today after the other. And it's just been me. Whenever I don't feel real good, I don't know what happens to my brain, but it just goes summers out in left field, and I can't think.
Kyle's a tall man too, huh? I always said Kyle was 6'3" too.
Oh, really? I didn't. I didn't see it, but that's
It's on down
tall.
toward the bottom.
You must be a tall woman like me too. I'm 5'11". How tall are you? And hello again, Desiree. I'm Michael Farmer. Hello, Michael
She said you
Farmer.
have way tall. 5'4".
Are you just 5'4"? Well, you wouldn't know it in your videos. It looks like you're a little bit taller than that.
Stephen Carson.
Noah
5'7".
Noah says he's 6'1".
Mm.
Paula, I can't believe you're that short. His sister's
4'11".
4'11". So
Yeah, my big sister looks up to me.
yeah.
She's 4'11". My big brother's, I think, 6'1" or 6 foot maybe.
Yeah. Leah says, hey, April and Glenn, how are y'all? No talk of ice cream tonight because I want some, LOL.
Yeah, me too.
No doubt.
Oh, Lordy, my back.
Paula says, I'm told that in real life too. Then I have to measure for people. Hello, Lazy Acres Doorman. How are
Howdy.
you? Hello, little bit. Is Stevie
Yeah,
in
it's been
here
a long
too?
time since I've seen you.
Yep, Stevie and Little Bit come over here today, so y'all gonna get to see them on one of our videos. Stephen says don't blame Glenn. I didn't blame him. I thought he had cut the pan on, cause I swanny I thought I'd left it off, and I just can't believe how long it was on. I told Glenn, I said, if I'm ever tell you I'm not feeling the best and I go cook, you need to go check behind me. I just can't believe I done that. Noah says, cheer up, I'm here. That is so sweet. Aaron says, I looked for y'all when I got up and was sad when I didn't see y'all. Glad to see y'all now, though. Well, we
Glad
was
to see you.
waiting. We was waiting on Jason, and I don't know. My stomach got to hurting worse, and then I got to cooking supper, and so that's why we didn't go on as soon as Jason went off, because that was our plan. But my stomach just
Well,
started hurting.
I don't know if it's my phone or what, but it got to where I couldn't even going up on Jason, but I couldn't tell what he was saying. I couldn't hear him or nothing, so I don't know. And then I was helping her and come back around, and it was done went off.
But Paula, I promise you, if anything was to happen to one of us in that sort of way or it be real bad, trust me, we'd give you a call.
Yep.
Because you do that with friends, you know.
Yep.
Good old boy. Nice to have you in here.
Yes.
Mama times two's in here. Christ Chapman is in here.
I hear you.
Welcome, 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 one and all.
Yeah, we done up to 19 people.
Yeah.
15 thumbs or 16 thumbs up. I can't see tonight.
Proud Mama says she's like 0.59 inches taller than Paula. She's 5 foot 4.59 inches. I ain't never had a doctor to tell me in that specific of a detail, I guess.
I know I had that one tell me that time I was 6'2.5".
All I know is he can set his chin on top of my head, so Paula says Kyle don't even believe me, so we took a tape measure out to prove it.
Look at
Who?
I can't pronounce the name.
Leah.
Yeah, she's right there with my big sister. She said she's just right at 5 foot. That's what my sister tells everybody.
Hey,
That she's
now I'm
5 foot,
just
but she's
right
only
at 5 foot.
4'11".
Yeah, we went to Disney World one time and we got off of the bus. And I was standing there and I was looking for Sue and I was like, where's Sue at, everybody? She was standing 3 feet in front of me and I was looking straight over her head. I ain't never felt like such an idiot in my whole life.
Yeah, you have a bunch of times.
Well, yeah, actually I have. I've stuck my foot in my mouth a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Worst one was that day when you asked that woman when her baby was due.
No doubt. Oh my God. Y'all, that was awful. I was young. I don't know if I was even in my 20s, and
Yeah, I think you was in your 20s.
I mean, I was young. If
You was
I was
working.
20, yeah, well, yeah, because it was after Alan come to live with us. So I was probably in my early 20s. And I don't know, being the country bumpkin I am, whenever I get around people who's highfalutin, sometimes I got really nervous. Used to. It don't bother me now. I mean, it don't matter. If you like me, you like me. I mean, what you see is what you get all the time. On here, out here, it don't matter. What I am here is what I am always. And we was sitting there, but I worked for First Union, and they had auditors come in, and we was all sitting there working, and they had been there. I think this was like their second day, and this one girl just kept sitting there, just looking at me, and I was like, I don't know what in the world I'm gonna say to her. And she had on this, what was them 20 dresses like where you seen them do the, I don't know, it was a famous dance where they twisted in the little frilly things, but you know how low waisted they were. She had one of those on, and it was pleated down the middle. So I thought it was a maternity dress. And I looked at her and said, when's your baby due? She said, I had him 9 months ago. And I was like, I'm telling you, my manager's face turned red. He was trying not to laugh, and he got so tickled, and he just busted, turned around, and walked down the hall, went to his office, and I was like, "Well, what did you have?" And I just tried to cover it up, but I'm telling you, that was the worst embarrassment, most worst I've ever stuck my foot in my mouth, I think.
I can think of a couple other times you was close.
Nothing was as bad as that. Cause the next day, what made me feel the worst was it was her lunch break and she's sitting there eating an apple. And it made me feel like, I mean, it takes some people a while to get rid of baby fat. And I know that. And I just the dress she had on, I thought it was a maternity dress. So just open mouth and insert both feet. Paula said the roaring 20s.
Mm, yep.
Yep, they was something else. I finished off my big pot of beans and cornbread. That sounds good too.
Yeah, we had baked beans and fried taters.
Little bit said I sounded as bad as Stevie. He was awful for saying things like that. Well, I'm telling you, after that, I don't care if the woman's water was broke and a hand hanging out. I never said, "Are you pregnant?" I just would not do it. That made me feel so bad. Proud Mama said, got my gardening journal done today. Micro Farmer says, I never get help. I'm just one of them Americans that the government overlook when help be given out. It sucks when you're not rich. Rich and not poor, poor in America. Well, it's always a
Yep.
plus if you ain't poor. Poor, poor. Mm,
Ah, there's more to riches though than money.
exactly. The most richest you'll ever be is just having family and friends that love you and care about you, that you love and care about.
Yep.
Because it don't do no good if they love you if you don't love them back.
Or vice versa.
Yep, because that's what you got to have is love in your heart. Let's see. I think a lot of people's talking about Desiree says, Paula, there was an additional form for us to fill out if you are on SSDI. I thought it was automatically put in your checking account. That is Social
Mm,
Security disability income, right? She said, feel so
mm.
dumb. There ain't no need in feeling dumb. Ain't no dumb questions except for the ones you don't ask.
Yep.
Rocket Man says, Amen, April.
As old man taught me many, many years ago about what the dumbest question ever was. And he let me study on it for 2 or 3 days before he gave me the answer. And it made sense after I got older. But the dumbest question in the world was the one that was never asked.
That's it. Because if you don't never ask, you ain't never going to find out.
Yep.
And ain't no need in going through life not knowing whenever you could just, well, this day and age, all you got to do is ask Google.
Well, it can lie to you.
Yeah, it can,
Because
but
you done proved that.
that ain't no lie.
We're sitting in town and it just, I mean, the bottom fell out of the clouds. She grabbed her phone and said, Google, is that going to be a storm in Elkin? No, it's sunshiny and 60 some degrees.
It's
And I'm
70
like,
some.
70 some degrees. And I'm sitting there,
And I mean,
why are we hiding?
yeah, we had just went to Tractor Supply, so the feed was on the back. So we
Yeah,
went to the car wash and pulled in because I mean it was
the
pouring.
bottom fell out.
Yeah,
There was water running down the highway half inch deep.
and it was just like it was this, I don't know, little black cloud that just poured water for a few minutes and then everything left. But whenever I asked Google, how long is it going to rain in Elkin? And she said, or Google said, it's not raining in Elkin. It's going to be sunny and da 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 da. And I looked at Glenn and I said, well, that lies. And Google said, well, I'm sorry. Sometimes da 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 da. I thought, oh my gosh.
Boy, sometimes get facts wrong or something.
Yeah.
But you turn around and asked it again, and it told her the same thing. And then the third time she asked her, it wouldn't even respond.
And Doorman, I don't know why. He said 1.31K. Why? I have no idea because
I'm going down.
we got people subscribing to us.
Yeah.
So I mean, it ain't just one here and there. It's a few every day.
Hey, it might be like all these stores now. They got to let more out than they can let in.
Maybe. Maybe they don't want you to get too close on the internet,
Yeah,
so
there
they
you go.
throw some out.
Uh-huh.
Social distancing by the web.
Yep.
Micro Farmer says, April and Glenn, I'm that middle class person that the world look over, but I wish the best for anyone that can get help, but I chase the so-called American dream and they lie to me.
Been there most of my life.
Well, I want to tell you what, whenever I was still working, and this is no lie, we was living off of $600 a month. $600 a month is what we lived off on. Because I couldn't handle working no more hours, and Glenn couldn't go back to work nowhere, so
Well, I could have, but I wasn't putting my dad in a rest home.
yep.
I'd went to the poorhouse first.
Well, exactly, but
He'd be okay.
yep. I mean, I don't, I wasn't meaning to say
I
that
know.
you were being bad because I've
Yeah.
been always the one to tell you
Well, I
don't
mean, I
work because
made
you need to spend time with your mama.
I've made some money on the farm here since I got everything back,
Yeah,
but
I mean we have, but
not a whole lot. But I put a lot of food in the freezer from
well, the biggest
it.
thing was where we was set up to do cows. And then the
Okay.
bottom, well, calves, cows, whatever, but the bottom fell out of it. And I mean, you can't even have one on your farm and feed it, even just what little money you got in them and what you're going to get out of them now. It's just not worth it.
Nope.
I mean, it's not worth it. Now, I don't know what they've been in the past 2 months because we've not looked because we've got down to.
Well, they went down. That's the reason I quit talking about selling them little bulls. They kept going down.
Well, I figured they had.
But all these processing places is shut down and everything, so it'll turn back around.
Yep. But I mean, I always told Glenn I didn't care if we lived in a tent as long as we was still married and all that good stuff. I'd live anywhere, I mean, that's what
Well, that's
matters to
still my
me.
dream of going back here building me a tiny house.
Yep. Desiree says, micro living on 11K a year is not that great, and you do not get enough food stamps and have to pay a copay for your Medicare. It's not easy being low income or disabled, and no, it's not. But I know the funniest thing about it, whenever I got my disability, was them sending me a ticket to work.
Told you go back to work.
Yeah, told me I could go work, and that's great for people who can, but
Well, some people can still do so many hours.
well, yeah. I mean, I could probably do a couple or so a day, but after that, I can't. My feet won't let me do it standing on them. So, but
But now, when they come out with all that stuff about insurance, now I fell right through all the loopholes. They told me I didn't even have to worry about trying to get none.
well, no wonder we $600 a
I
month. I
know
mean, what you gonna do? Because insurance now most of the time
it.
for two people's $300 or better. Or better. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Cheap
No, it's about
insurance.
$900 a
Yeah.
person.
So I mean, what you gonna do?
Mhm. Don't get sick.
That's it. And if you do go out in the yard, start eating weeds.
Mm, self medicate.
Yeah. Ain't no lie. Oh me. Micro Farmer says, Desiree, I wish you the best and God bless you. But me and my wife have to file separate cause it would kill us. And that's sad that I mean, even like people on disability and stuff, even if you're really low income, a lot of times if you're married, you don't get no extra. If you needed to get help, there's not a whole lot added on for two people. And that's just awful. Callahan's Town to Country, hello. Stopping in late, and that's fine. You got here.
Never late on our channel.
Exactly. Joni's in the house
Well,
too.
howdy.
Good old boy says, my morning routine is wake up, thank God for letting me get up another day and start my day with Dad. Well, that's a good day. I mean,
Yep.
especially at least since he's as sick as he is and he's still able to be here with you. So we know you cherish that time. Brown Mama says every day above the dirt's a good day. It is, but sometimes it's rough if they're like my day the day has been. Callahan says, I usually don't make these lives, but I just love hearing your laugh. So contagious. Well, I thank you so much. Appreciate that. My burnt fingers hurt.
I think you done got that title.
Doorman?
Mm-hmm.
What's he saying?
April and Paula trying to get the door title.
Me?
I guess.
I ain't trying to get no door title. Oh, April. Paula trying to get the door title.
Oh.
She's saying hello, hello, hello to everybody that comes in.
Well, we need good greeters.
That's right.
Just need to get a few more to coming in all the time.
Oh no. Proud Mama says, at Joy, thanks for not teasing me with Butterfinger milkshakes. Y'all gonna make me go to town and get me a Butterfinger milkshake. Noah says, I'm listening and learning. Microfarmer says, I bust my chop and retired at the age of 46 with so much stocks and pensions, and the wife is a RN and a teacher, and she made so much up here in the north. We just help out where we can. Well, I think that's awesome. I
Yep.
mean, that was one thing. Mama don't know much about this YouTube thing, and I told her, that would be something that if we ever got as big as a lot of these other big channels where they turn around, first thing I'd buy my mama a house. My mama's renting. They're in a awful trailer. That's a long story, but
Well,
anyway.
actually, I don't know if it's awful trailer. I mean, it
Well,
ain't too bad.
it's not awful, but it's
I think it's better. It's good as the house that they was renting.
well, yeah, because there was mold in the basement of the house, and I think this one don't have nothing like that. And I mean, at least she's got a roof over her head. Who was that?
Stephen.
Oh,
Stephen.
Stephen Carlson.
Yep. I got her carried
That's
away with emojis.
yeah, that's pretty. That's a whole lot of color in there.
Uh-huh.
But I know the first thing I do is buy them a house, and then the next thing I would do like Mr. Beast that's here in Greensboro, North Carolina. He turns around with his YouTube money and gives back to a lot of people. A lot
Yeah,
of
but
people.
we probably too old to try to worry about getting that big of a
Oh
YouTube
well,
channel.
yeah, but that's what I told Mama.
Mm.
Doorman says, "Help!" Let's see. My wife didn't believe until she started making money where taxes kills you when you make a certain amount, and that's true. Paula says, "What? No, I'm not." Paula said, I just said hello to people who come in. I always cherish that time. It runs so short, so fast, and it does. Time. The older you get, the faster time flies by. Always.
What was it about Billy Joe? I think Paula you seen it a minute ago. It just went up out the top of the screen there.
Well, Billy Joe is missing. I gotta toss them somewhere. Just saying. At Lazy Acres Doorman. Oh man.
Okay, I thought maybe she'd heard something from Billy because I ain't heard nothing in a few days now.
No. When did he post that letter about Jason Solar? Was that a few days ago?
Yesterday or day before, but that was just on the Crocker page. So, I mean,
Well, at least we still know he's okay. That was a long letter.
well,
It probably took him a few states to write it.
yeah, if he drove like I used to drive, by the time he got that letter wrote, he could have been in Jonesville, Virginia from Boston.
No doubt. Microfarmer says so. Oh boy, get your money. Don't let them tell you different. If they give you a hard way, get a lawyer to take your case. You work too hard for them to turn you down. And that's exactly right.
Somebody said something about Mr. Beast.
I was going to make a peanut butter milkshake, but the kids ate all the ice cream. Don't forget to put your dash of vanilla in it when you get some more.
I'm sorry. I agreed we didn't need to talk about it.
uh, all I know, good old boy, is whenever what was his name? The boys that was with Mayo that went and plowed that guy in the face. What's Jake? Jake somebody, but Jake went to his house and he told that he was in, I'm pretty sure, Greensboro, North
I think
Carolina.
you said Greenville, North Carolina,
It
but
was Summersden, North Carolina. Whether it's Greensboro or Greenville, I don't know. But they actually went and put his house up for sale. I wish I could remember Jake's name. But anyway, that's where they said he was. So I don't know. Microfarmer says April, that can come true. I built a home from the ground up, and my mother lived in it till the day she died rent free. Keep your um, Social Security and pension to herself. Exactly right. That's what I would do with. And she may get a tiny house.
well,
May have to build her a tiny house.
she done told me that one time.
Rhonda says, I've got to go now. Y'all have a good night and be blessed. You too, Miss
Yeah,
Rhonda. Thank
thank
you so
you.
much for stopping in. God bless you. Oh, Red's in the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said just got done shaving Travis's head. Did it look like Mr. Lazy's?
Next,
Yeah, he's ready for another one.
did you video him?
Yeah. My job since quarantine. I know that's something that Stevie and a little bit was talking about today, was needing to go get haircuts.
I think I need to go get a back brace.
Well, honey, you got one.
Oh, I meant one of them other ones that stretches you.
Oh, you mean one of the upside down ones?
No, a brace. I don't know if I can hang
Oh, you
upside
meant the
down.
one that you pump up and it.
Well, no, I don't think these pump up. They just hook around you and kind of stretch you.
Well, I can hang you from the door facing.
Oh, you'd slam the door.
No, I wouldn't. Paula said he updated his profile pic on his personal page yesterday, I believe it was. I know we just all worried about him. He's too
Yep.
good of a feller not to worry about him.
Well, 30 years of trucking, I kind of know how stuff is out there. So
Yep,
always worries me when somebody's traveling long distance.
yep. And see, oh boy, when I go through, they going to owe you all the money when you file, so keep fighting and pay for some land.
Yep. But even when you buy land, you still gonna keep paying taxes and everything. So, I mean.
Joni says Billy has talked to Tex
Talk to text.
Yeah. He sure does, because I know he can sure send them things awful fast.
No doubt.
I know never had seen us one before we could even get into it. It was done going to ding, ding, ding again. I know I can't do talk to text unless I go back and read it, because half the time it can't understand me. Everybody's asking Red if she's heard from Homestead Rescue yet. And Doorman says it's almost the shadows, y'all. One more and it will show itself. Have we got 39?
28th, all I see.
Oh,
Up there.
okay. I see right there, 2339. Callahan says, I can't wait until we can build our tiny house. I really want to do us a tiny house. Whenever you get old and slow, it's hard to clean a big old house. Red said he's bald and cute as a ball. Or he's bald as a cue ball. Sorry. I don't know how that came out.
I don't neither.
It's cute as a ball. Just call me Wilson.
Nah, I need to call them people with I love me jacket for you.
Oh man, Paula says
They take measurements and send to them.
Oh man, it wouldn't help. Paula says I keep finding myself thinking about how all that will go. Not sure yet if that is my gut telling me it will happen. Oh, she's talking to Red about Homestead Rescue.
Yeah.
Microfarmer says, I love me some Lazy Acres Homestead. And Miss Paula, thank y'all for making my day. Thank you for being in here.
Yeah.
We love all of y'all. I mean, I'm serious. Red says Travis has kept his hair shaved for years since he got. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Since he got his hearing aid implant thing.
Oh. Well, I sitting here in the dark, but,
That's what she's talking about. I don't
Yeah.
know what it's called, but that's what those initials are for.
Yeah.
And they still talking about the home rescue. How do you think Billy learned to talk? I don't know, but he sure is good at it with them being able to do the text to talk thing. And he sure can talk very fast too. Good old boy says, well, I will be on here a little longer and then I have to jump off and go get my son and take care of my dad. Yeah, it is a little after 10. The house
Well, have we been in here?
yeah.
Okay.
That's Callahan's Town to Country that I
Okay.
said. Yeah. But thank you for helping me.
Well,
Noah
I seen
says
it pop up there, so I grabbed my phone and looked because I couldn't remember it.
Noah says too much eggnog, April.
Eggnog.
I don't think I've ever even drunk no eggnog.
I did once.
I think we did once, didn't we? Whenever Mama and Tommy was up there in that house in Elkin. We drank egg. We did.
I remember
We drank
drinking
eggnog
eggnog
one
one
time, but
time,
I
but
think it was not. It was non-alcoholic. But that's the only time and the last time I drank it. I ain't never had no homemade eggnog, so I might like it.
I don't want no more.
Red says my parents has 18 rooms in their homes, and how they keep it up is beyond me. I don't see how. I mean, I'm telling you.
I want a one-room house like the old people had.
Well, I don't want a one-room one because I won't have to go outside to the bathroom.
Well, that bathroom don't really count as the room.
I know.
I picture a little doorway going out and a little hallway going out there to it.
Not unless it's all completely covered and heated. or air conditioned. But good old boy, thank you for
I'll
being in
put you.
here with us,
I'll
and
put you a
God
wood
bless
stove
you.
beside the toilet so you can keep a fire in it.
Yeah,
I don't know though. You blow it up.
probably. So you go out the top, boom.
Well, you look like that dude on that thing today where he was sanitizing everything and his cigarettes and his lighter.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
telling you,
forgot that. That
anybody
was
that
you
can go off,
afterwards, wasn't it?
huh?
That was you on the part after that, wasn't
No,
it? Yeah, it was.
no. Paula says eggnog is gross, and I think that
They are.
now what was that John pumpkin, wasn't it
Yeah, but
pumpkin
that wasn't nothing like eggnog. I mean, it's kind
pumpkin
of, but
spice nog or something like that?
I think it was pumpkin spice eggnog or something.
But that was pretty good.
Yeah, no, it
But
was pretty
I
good, but
forgot about that. But the other eggnog that I've tried,
that stuff is nasty.
uh-huh. Stefan says, I beg to differ. My taste buds say, I love eggnog.
Not me.
Armedia says eggnog is a diabetic coma waiting to happen. Delicious.
Not in my book. That's the only sweet I had. My diabetes probably leave.
And
Because I remember
Callahan.
pouring Jack Daniels in that and I had, and it still didn't happen. I finally threw the eggnog away and just chased it on down with Jack.
Paula says, Shh, Armedia, don't tell them it's delicious.
It ain't.
It's not.
Not to
Now,
me.
the pumpkin spice, if it was eggnog, that was some good eggnog. And
It
I
was a
ain't
form of
kidding.
eggnog, but it wasn't like it that people make. So I, mean, I don't know what the difference was, but it wasn't bad.
Red said they have 6 bedrooms, 2 kitchens, 2 living rooms, 3 baths, sunroom, 2 dining, and a sewing room. Oh my
Well, they
gosh.
sound like they got 2 houses.
No doubt. Red said she loved eggnog.
That must be one of them his and hers houses. So when they get mad,
Yeah, no doubt. Joy says, my husband loves eggnog, not me. Sanya says, I love eggnog too. I know a lot of people like it,
yeah, a
but
lot of people does. But
I said it's a coma waiting to happen after my heart attack. I stay away. I want my health, eyes, legs, and kidneys. No doubt.
yep,
Noah says you like taters, Glenn, and so do I. There ain't nothing like taters.
man,
I'm telling you, taters are good. You can
I
make
eat
taters
taters.
so many different
Yeah,
ways.
I eat taters with every meal during the day,
Yep.
every day. I
But
don't get to, but I could.
you're right, good old boy. That is a plantation house.
Yep.
Red says they do have they do have 2 houses. In the winter we slept downstairs, in summer upstairs. It was irritating. Paula says taters are good, but you're not allowed, either one of you. Well, you can actually have a little tater. You just got to count your carbs.
Yeah,
But you can actually have a small to medium tater. But
and we
and we don't eat them, but like once
once or twice a month maybe. So I mean,
and we do keep it down whenever we do. So
yeah, I only peeled 12 tonight.
I thought it was 20.
No, it was just 12, about the size of your head.
Now you know why it took us so long to get in here. We was having to eat all your taters. You crazy nut.
Falling, rolling across the floor.
Oh yeah, fried taters with onions, and then you can get tater cakes, then you get cream taters, then you can get tater salad,
Actually, somebody fixed some fried taters one time,
tater
and they
tots.
no, they fixed fried taters and they chopped up onions and put bell pepper in it
Uh-huh.
and sprinkled in bacon bits, and that was good.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's just
Yeah.
loaded fried taters, or
No,
loaded fries.
that's just all it was.
You ever take all them loaded? Because it's got other things in them.
It wasn't a baked potato.
I know.
Okay.
I know, honey. You got loaded fries and loaded baked taters, too.
Oh.
Good old fried bologna. Yum, yum. He had some of that for
Breakfast.
brunch.
Breakfast at 2 o'clock in the evening.
Brunch.
That's breakfast. First meal of the day is breakfast, no matter what
Oh,
time of
yeah.
day it is.
Stephen Carlson tater soup. That's the best fried taters with onions, pinto beans, and homemade cornbread. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go back to the kitchen if y'all keep it up.
Now I like the tater soup best with pinto beans. Cream
uh,
potatoes are good with pintos, but now tater soup and pinto beans and cornbread.
that's some good eating.
Mm-mm-mm.
Paula says I like them that way too, Glenn. Except I like orange or yellow bells instead of green ones. He just like bell pepper.
Yeah, it don't
Period.
matter what color it is to me.
He sits and eats that stuff. I mean, he'll just eat it raw
Yeah.
all the time. That and onions and
Oh, that makes a good snack. A couple of good garden onions and a big old slice of bell
I
pepper.
mean, he shouldn't have diabetes. He'll even take the lettuce out of the
Oh
refrigerator and
yeah.
just put a dab of salt on it and just sit there and munch away and nothing else. No dressing, no nothing, just lettuce.
Well, now
And he likes carrots too.
the garden onions goes good.
Celery.
Garden onions go good with it, and the bell
Mm-hmm.
pepper
Oh
with
yeah, garden
salad.
onions
I mean, not
good.
salad, but lettuce.
Stephen said you already
Or
burned yourself, and that ain't. I'd burn the other hand probably if I went back. I made sure the stove eye was off this time.
I know one time I was doing getting lettuce and stuff out and fixing, getting some stuff out there like that and snacking on it. And Mama looked at me and asked me, said, "What are you gonna do? Make a tossed salad?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna toss it in my mouth." Does that count?
It
I
does
mean, I
in your
don't really
book.
like salad dressing with a salad. I mean, very little bit.
He don't. Paula says, I'm a telling you, if you have never fried a white tater and a sweet tater together, you're missing out. Best tater mash ever. Ooh, I bet that would be good together. Now he don't like sweet taters,
I
so
started to say, "You earning a good tater."
oh, that'd be good. Noah says, doesn't seem fair to have to give up so many good foods when you're diabetic. It don't.
It don't.
Cause I'm telling you, the hardest thing in the whole wide world for me was sweets. I absolutely love sweets. I could live off of sweets.
For me, it was
Sweets all
taters.
by itself. Yeah, he could do taters, but
I could do away with the sweets pretty easy. I've never really craved sweets until I had to give up my taters. I've craved sweets worse since.
yep. Sanya says an egg truck turned over the other day. I got 15 dozen eggs. I was able to give eggs to my friends and family and a dozen for me. Well, that's wonderful that they let people have them
No doubt.
because usually they won't.
They
Grandmama
might not,
says,
or she might have just been lucky and got them got gone before they told her.
Grandmama's so funny. LOL Lazy Acres, home of food talk. A doorman that is an astronaut, Dr. Paula in red, waiting to hopefully be a superstar.
You're gonna have to write that down. We're gonna have to put that on one of our live streams.
Well, we just did.
No, I mean it's the title. We'll have to do a screenshot on that. And,
No doubt.
oh Lordy.
That's a good one, Proud Mama. Paula said it is unfair talking about having to give up everything. And Doorman says, we'll got to go get in the shower. Tomorrow is the big day. I'm getting baptized. Yay! That is so awesome. I'm just so proud of you. I'll think about you tomorrow and I want you to tell us all about it tomorrow night, okay?
So you planning now going live tomorrow night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I want him to tell us about it. I want you to take some pictures. Get you some pictures so we can show them too. But You have a good one. God bless you, and we will see you tomorrow, Rocket Man.
Yeah.
And you have fun.
Yep. I started to say you have a blessed day tomorrow.
He's going. It sounds to me like he's going to.
Yep.
Where'd I get to? Oh yeah, Paula Wells says, "Oh my, yay! Oh, she was congratulating him. Everybody's congratulating him. That is so awesome." Noah says, Sweets isn't my weakness. They are mine. I absolutely love chocolate, white chocolate, dark chocolate.
And then it's one that ain't supposed to be as bad for you.
But
Unsweetened dark chocolate or dark chocolate.
stuff made with condensed milk and cream cheese.
Worst, or I guess out of any kind of sweets, I'd say the worstest thing I miss is my mama's homemade coconut cakes.
Oh yeah, she could make some good
And the
ones.
coconut pies too, though.
And she could cook so good
Mm.
she could talk you into doing anything. As long as she knew your weakness, she could
She
talk you
didn't
into
have to
doing
talk you into
anything.
nothing. You just jump in volunteer to get her to do some cooking.
She would. I'm telling y'all, his mama was best cook ever. I mean,
You'd have volunteered to dug a septic tank with a
that ain't no lie.
spoon
With
and a fork for one of them
I'd have dug a
cakes.
septic tank with a toothbrush for your mama's cooking. Period. I mean, it wasn't just sweet. She could cook anything. She used to make the best the turnip and make them taste like taters. I mean, them was some of the best turnips ever. I ain't
Yeah,
eaten them
somehow
since.
she made them just like mashed potatoes,
They was just like mashed potatoes.
and they was good. I've tried it. I can't do it.
Nope. Red says, I have enjoyed messing with Matt today. I love it when I can make that wheel in people's heads suddenly stop. Mine's been stopped all day long.
Been thought 40 some years.
Turd.
Whoops, I'm wrong. 50 some years.
You're a little behind.
It never got started.
You fart. Armedia says sweet potato baked with a drizzle of honey and a sprinkle of cinnamon.
What
I
now?
sweet potato. You don't want to hear
Oh,
it. You don't like them.
I heard something about honey and cinnamon though.
You like honey and
Uh
cinnamon.
huh.
Well, you might would like it on a sweet tater.
I
Oh,
don't
good.
know.
Well, you share the video tomorrow. We'll play it. Honest, we will.
Oh, is he making a video of
Yep,
it?
says I'm going to have a video to share tomorrow. We'll be
Alrighty.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, you get it out there and I'll share it out on
Uh,
Facebook for you.
yeah, we'll try to be live 8 o'clock because I don't know if nobody's going live. If Jared don't come up and go live tomorrow at 8, we'll go live at 8. If Jared was to come up and go live at 8, we'll wait till 9.
Ask Paula, she may know if anybody's going live tomorrow night.
Yeah, she might. Do you
She
know?
moderates for everybody.
Yeah, I bet you have to have a schedule.
That's what I was getting ready to say. She should have everything scheduled out.
Uh-huh. He said you got it, so that's awesome. It's the LOL Glenn. No, they are giving them away, or they would have to pay to take them to the dump. Oh, I see. Talking about the eggs.
Yeah. Well, now that's one thing, them showing a lot of these dairies and stuff having to dump all that milk and stuff, and then they saying that there's a shortage in the grocery store. That just don't make good sense to me. I mean, you don't dump milk out on the ground if there's a shortage. You figure out a way of getting it to the customer.
Exactly. But
I mean,
that'll be fine, Rocket Man. I'll be looking for it on my Facebook page.
but I mean, it just I don't know. It just too many politics is the only thing I can come up with.
Yep. Good old boy says, y'all have a great night. God bless everyone and see y'all later. You have a good night too. And thank you for staying in
Yes,
here with us this long.
I always enjoy to see you.
Yep. Tell your dad I said, hey, wish I was out watching a
Watch your
Western
western
with
for us.
y'all. Yep. I love
Yep.
them. Paula says, "Stop it, April."
Stop what?
Me. Noah says he missed potatoes and cornbread more than anything. I think she's talking about me talking about the desserts and stuff, all that stuff.
Oh,
I think I'm pretty sure.
alrighty. Are you
Uh,
digging a septic tank with a toothbrush?
it might be. Actually, our media we take B complex. Or I do almost every single day. I've got B by itself, and then I've got B complex I take because I just do. They say I'm lacking in them, so that's why I've got them. That goes
See,
drops under
B's
your
one's
tongue.
supposed to be for the memory, ain't it?
Energy. Well, it's for memory too, but your B's mostly energy, but it also does a whole lot of other stuff.
There's one of them that was mainly meant for memory. I can't remember which one it was. I know I started taking it and I forgot.
But our media says B complex curves cravings, and that's probably true because I don't
Well,
crave
maybe I need
sweets
a
anymore.
truckload of that.
It's right there.
Dragon Heels.
Yep, Dragon
Well,
Heels.
hi, Dragon Heels.
Nice to have you in here.
Yes.
Armedia, or done got Armedia. Try it, Glenn. I dare you. It satisfies the sweet tooth, she says.
Well, I don't really crave sweets. I eat some sweets most time on account of craving like taters and stuff like that, my cornbread, my biscuits, and all that.
Paula says Glenn would like sweet taters if he put some honey, cinnamon, and the magic of some salt to go with it all.
Well, now, there's very few things I like salt on, and taters is one of them. Taters and popcorn, eggs. That's pretty much all I ever put salt on, ain't it? Except for lettuce or something.
Yeah, if he's eating lettuce by itself, he will. Micro Farmer says, on another note, for all the Americans want to end the lockdown, go outside and enjoy themselves. And for the one get sick, don't go to the hospital, go straight to the cemetery.
Well, I reckon, from my understanding, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is opening their beaches and theme park and all that stuff up down there on the beaches this weekend.
Well, they just had a
And a lot of
commercial.
I've seen where a lot of people was posting that they would take off and go down there, nothing else, just for the day. And I'm like, not me. I
Paula,
stay here on my farm.
exactly. Paula says most people don't tell her in advance, they just show up. And she
Ah,
said, "Stop talking about food, Glenn."
who? Who's telling me that?
Paula.
Oh,
Red says Matt said he couldn't find his lighter. I told him it would be at the last place he looks. He said he didn't know the last place he looked. I went downhill, or it went downhill from there. LOL for him, that is. I said then he didn't look at the last place because if he looked at the last place, it would he would have found it. It confused him.
mm.
Shame on you, Red.
I always tell her when she loses something, I say, "Where's the last place you used it?"
Uh-huh. He usually winds up helping me find it.
I usually have to find it for her.
Glenn in Milwaukee, a news channel raised over $500,000 and donated it to a food bank to buy milk. Well, that's
No
awesome.
doubt. Well, it's like somebody was saying something about when this first started and they closed all the schools down that they was taking all the little cartons of milk and everything that they had there at the schools to the landfill because it was too much trouble to transfer it to somewhere where they needed it. And I'm like, what's the difference of transferring it to a store or a food bank or telling the community, box it up and let the community, that people in the community that needs it, to come and get it?
Well,
I mean, that'd been cheaper than taking it to the landfill because they charge.
exactly. Paula says B helps you absorb D besides energy, and D is key to bone strength. but they said to give it a try because it does help with diabetes a lot.
Okay. I know there's one of them. I still can't remember what, but I was thinking it was one of the B vitamins. I know they had it in a pill where you're supposed to put it under your tongue and let it dissolve. And they said it's supposed to really help your brain function.
Yep.
They give it to a lot of people with dementia, Alzheimer's.
Micro Farmer says, thanks to all that joined us here tonight. And we do. We thank y'all so much
Yep.
for all that's joined us here tonight.
Yep.
I love talking to everybody.
Yeah, I tell you what, y'all sure has give us some good laughs tonight.
No doubt.
I think it's helped her. She looks like she's feeling better now.
Actually, I am feeling better.
She ain't got them devils jumping around in her eyes that I seen earlier.
Or the droops.
No, them devils jumping around. I don't worry about the droops.
Your devils just jumped off on me. I don't have devils. You have devils.
Well, that can't be true. I married the devil.
You turd. Stop it. Oh, me. Our media says it's complex carbs good for you. And
Ah,
Noah wants to know, does sugar free spike your sugar?
I don't know.
No, he drank some
I drink
Diet
Diet
Dr.
drinks,
Pepper.
but
So,
I don't know if it
but it can.
helps any or not. I mean,
It can cause people to become diabetic, actually. Or that's what the doctors say. I don't
Yep.
know. All I know is what the doctors say. And they say that drinking sugar free stuff or using sugar replacements is
I do.
tricking your body into thinking you're having sugar, and it throws your pancreas and stuff out because of it throws it out of balance because it's throwing out insulin and not needing to.
I've noticed the last few days since we've started drinking that coffee of a mornings and putting honey in it. I don't think I've been drinking as many drinks during the day now.
Yep. Our media says I'm in California concentration camp. Dragon Hill says there's a party in the street down from my house. People here are everywhere. Did they just open up your where you live, open it back up or something?
I
Or
know
is there
it's
less than 10 people there? Remember that joke I
911
made?
call.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Facebook, some lady called in and told them they needed to send somebody down there. Their neighbor had 11 people in the house, and they needed to send somebody down there. And she told her, said, "You just stay inside, be calm." Said, "But we can't send nobody or send nobody down there because if we do, that would be 12."
Exactly. Told her to stay in the house too. Proud mama, that's a good one. I like that. Kidding, not kidding.
Getting started on the homestead. What's up?
Hello, welcome, welcome. I
Yes.
love them beautiful jars of honey in your picture. Paula says biologically we are made to together. I would have to guess that it remnants of being a schoolfish.
Well,
Yep.
there's a lot of animals that's like that. I mean, it ain't just humans. When Stevie and Little Bit was here today and was out there looking at the goats and talking about them, and I was telling them if I take one out of the lot, or two or three of them out of the lot, and like taking them out to another lot, moving them two or three at a time. The ones I'm a taking, they ain't having too bad of a trouble, but the ones that's still in the lot, they start going hysterical over it.
And yes, this has made me feel better. Thank y'all. Dragon Hill says, hope your day has been better. I thought I did, haha. And Proud Mama says, see, April, you just needed your village. We're y'all your village. Y'all always make
Oh
me feel
yes,
better. And that ain't no junk.
yep.
But I tell you, I was beginning to wonder about myself. I was sure thinking Glenn was gonna have to go get his I love me jacket for me after all the dumb things I've done today.
It's not honey,
Oh, it's not honey?
maple syrup.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that sounds awful good.
Uh-huh. I don't think I've ever had any pure maple syrup.
Well, I've had some out of the store that was called that, but now I ain't never had no pure homemade maple syrup.
Well, I ain't never even had no pure maple syrup out of the store.
Yeah, you have. I've bought some before.
And who was she that you was buying it for?
It was in the old house, so I don't know.
I must have been gone. You bought it for somebody else.
Maybe I bought it while you was gone and just eat it by myself.
It might have been.
Oh,
And Red, it's a good thing that you won't eat or drink anything with aspartame in it, 'cause that stuff is bad. Arcadia says lockdown worse than other states here in California. I'm stuck here now. Our state goes red.
oh heck.
Well,
Well, I figured when it come across, California would probably been the first one that had a shutdown. They usually try to do everything first.
yeah. Micro farmer, actually, this is something y'all might not know. And he said, well, raw onions, you wouldn't have to get sick from people that's a people repellent, LOL. Did you know that you could take an onion and peel it and set it in your house and it will absorb germs? They say not to never ever use an unused onion that's been sitting out because it will absorb every germ.
Well, now
There's you a good not get sick tip.
my dad, when he was first born, he had asthma really bad, and he wasn't but just I think few months old, and he got really sick. And they took him to the doctor or to the hospital, and the hospital told him to take him back home. Said that there wasn't nothing they could do for him. So Grandma and Grandpa brought him back home, and I don't remember which one's daddy, whether it was Grandpa's or Grandma's daddy. One come and got him and took him to their house. And they said the old man sat in there all night long, kept cutting up onions and putting it in a kettle on top of the stove there, and cooked them onions all night long with Daddy laying right there beside of it, and kept taking little spoonfuls and putting it in his mouth. And the doctors told him if he was still alive the next day to bring him back to or take him to his family doctor or a regular doctor. And when they took him to the doctor the next day, I reckon he'd got a report from the hospital or something, and he told him said wasn't expecting to see him today.
Yep. I've heard him tell that too.
But they said that where that old man sat there, I think he said that they kept putting it on his chest and his feet and feeding him a little bit of that onion juice. And they said that's what broke up that asthma in him so bad. But I know I'd love me some onions.
He
And when they
does.
start cooking, my mouth starts watering.
Yep.
And I don't really like them cooked, but God, they
Oh,
smell
that ain't
good.
Dragon Hills, honey. That's Dagon Hills. I'm sorry. I looked
Oh,
at it across there and I ain't got my license on.
you call the dog catcher.
I ain't got my glasses on. And I was just looking at it here and I thought, well, that ain't Dragon Hills. That's Dagon Hills. I'm sorry. Uh, he says no that he was in California and they're on shutdown at least until June. And I see more people out now than ever. That's awful. Callahan says our state opens this weekend, means more work next week.
Yep. I know the last few times I went to town, I've been wondering at Tractor Supply, Lowe's, and Walmart if we've had a shutdown. I think everybody's moved in up there.
No doubt. Desiree says, nice to see you smiling in life, and we all have bad days or bad moments. I would, it's been just a really bad day for me. I mean, my mind is, I don't know where it's been, but it ain't been with my body. Paula says that their state opens Monday.
I heard that a lot of them was planning on first to mid-May opening.
Stephen says he had pure maple syrup. It was in his fridge. I sure wish I did.
Yep.
I'd have to make me some good old pancakes.
You making that sound awful tempting there now.
Paula says, I've had pure maple syrup. It is so much better than the fake stuff, but I'll take the fake stuff anyway. It's all good, ain't it, Paula? The fake's good, so you know the real stuff is 10 times better.
Now, Mama used to make some good. I mean, it wasn't pure maple syrup, but she'd make some maple, artificial flavored maple pancake syrup that was delicious. Especially when she just fixed a big old thing of pancakes and it's still sitting on the stove hot, and you pour that hot syrup on top of hot pancakes. Lord have mercy.
No doubt. She could fix some good maple syrup.
Uh huh. Joy still won't
Red
share her
said,
milkshake.
will she not?
Uh,
Red said that you and Travis was twins. Said he looked like Uncle Fester with his head shaved. Ain't that what she told you? You look like Uncle Fester?
don't give him no ideals. He'll be calling me that. That's probably what she'll turn around telling. So I found your uncle.
Red said she's looking like Cousin Nick. And Joy still won't share her milkshake.
That's what I said.
Yep.
Proud mama.
Yep.
I know when I went to was in school, elementary school and stuff. Some of them used to call me that. Told me I was looking like cousin it.
Hello, Pam from Massachusetts. Thank you for being in here, dear.
Yes.
We appreciate you. She said, I love maple syrup too. I'm sorry, honey. Go ahead.
I done forgot now.
I think so. I think pure stuff like that, Johnny's not as bad for you. I don't know. I mean, we wouldn't eat a whole lot of it anyway, but
Noah, you have a good night. Thank you for being in here, and you stay safe too, buddy.
yes, Mr. Noah. God bless you. And thank you so much.
Now, they say anything like that that's
Pure.
pure, not processed, is, I mean, it can still be bad for you. You still got to watch how much you eat, just like with the raw honey. I can use it like if you like sweet coffee, instead of using sugar, you can put a little honey in it, and it ain't supposed to bother you as bad.
Oh gosh, honey, we've been on here almost an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh hey,
Yes.
but that's what they say, that the pure stuff. Now my grandpa, he couldn't eat no fruit. Well, he could, but his blood sugar would just skyrocket.
It's different
And
strokes for different folks, actually.
yep, but what he didn't understand then that I understand now. Now fruits and stuff, it'll jack you blood sugar up there, but it kind of goes up slower and levels out and then eases back down.
Instead of just a great old big spike
Or
and
processed sugars and stuff, it'll just go straight up and hang there for just a little bit and then fall straight back down.
or even processed foods.
And
Because
processed food, a
a
lot of you
lot of the
processed
canned
stuff.
a lot of the canned vegetables out of the store will bother his blood sugar as to where he can eat bread, white bread, and it don't bother his blood sugar. But he can eat taters. Taters is the
I don't think taters bothers me as bad as long as I don't do them every day, 2 or 3 times a day.
well, it don't, and it
But now you take canned green beans out of the store or something, and
he can eat them, and it'll shoot his sugar sky high. And it's not even. I mean, it ain't nothing but just a can of green beans.
mm,
But anyway, guys, and you're right, proud mama. Moderation is
yep,
key, and our media each diabetic is different. I mean, with his, I mean, it just blowed my mind and it not bother him at all. I mean, you know,
it
like
does a
normal,
little,
whenever
but
your sugar will always go up
yep,
eating anything. But for it to take it way, way high and keep it high or whatever, it don't. And I was like, I
No,
can't believe you can eat bread and it don't bother you.
Paula, from what them nutritions has told me, there is a big difference between sugar and naturally sweetened stuff, like fruits and honey, the pure maple syrup, stuff like it. As long as it ain't been processed, it ain't nowhere near as bad as the stuff that's been processed. Now, cane sugar and stuff like that, where it's been processed, it's real bad to. Like I said, it shoots your sugar way up in the air, and then it just drops back down. Where the natural ones kind of goes up. I mean, it still goes up. It's still not great for you, but it does it more of a archway style than the processed stuff. Um, Kind of what that one I understood. Your sugar going up and going across in the arch and then back down. That ain't so bad. The bad part's when it shoots way up and then drops way back down. It's what I understood them to say up there now.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times whenever he wakes up, his sugar's like down in the 80s and 90s. I mean,
Hmm.
it just, I don't know what's wrong with his sugar. It's just weird. He's just a weird person, okay? He buys acres. Micro Farmer, you have a good night. Stay safe and God bless you. And thank you so much for being in here.
Yes.
And Red, no, even to green beans that I can don't shoot his sugar up like
No.
that. And I actually put a little sugar in mine. They don't bother him. But it's just something about processed. The stuff, processed canned stuff that you get out of a grocery store that's just, I don't know, it wreaks havoc on him for some reason. Whether it does
Hmm.
everybody else or not, I don't know.
Everybody's is a little different, I think.
Dagan Hill says, I've got to run. Saw your title and wanted to try to cheer you up. Have a blessed night. Well, I thank you from the bottom of my
Yes.
heart. Ollie, I've done an awesome job at cheering me up. I've just felt stupid.
And if you're around and see us on again,
We'll
drop
be,
on in.
yep,
We'll be glad to talk with you.
yep. And you stay safe out there in California.
Yes.
I had an aunt that lived in Barstow. I don't know where you're at, but she and my cousin was in Barstow.
They lived out there for a long time,
I
didn't
always want, yeah, I always wanted to go to California. Glenn's actually got to go out there, but I
they? Yeah, I've been
hadn't.
out there a few times.
But I know I couldn't stay out there because I couldn't handle earthquakes.
You can't handle nothing.
I can't. Paula says it is still sugar, Glenn, and must be considered. That's how a diabetic can die from having fruits.
Well, that's true,
How to garden? Hello. Thank you for being in here.
but again, you got to go back to that moderation thing. Uh, a good friend of mine's wife died years ago on account of diabetes. She wasn't, but I think in her 30s. But she sat and eat candy at night. Ate Johnny's daddy's
Oh, okay,
wife.
okay, okay, okay.
Uh, they said she'd go to bed with a bag of them bite-sized candy bars and be eating on them all night long. They talk like she eat about a bag of them every day or every night. So I mean, that's not good moderation there.
No.
I mean, I know I don't do perfect, but I think I do pretty decent for most cases. I mean, I do eat a few sweets here and there, but I don't do much. I mean, I've never been a big sweet eater.
Good night, Lazy Acres Village. Thank you all for allowing me to share your time, and thank y'all for
Thank
letting
y'all.
us share our
Yeah.
time with y'all. But we're gonna go ahead and scoot, guys,
Yeah, because
because
we're at about an hour and 15 minutes here.
yep. So anyway, guys, we love y'all from the bottom of our hearts, and y'all are such a blessing to us.
Yes.
Y'all just never ever know how much it means to us. So y'all have a blessed night. Stay safe.
Because a
And
lot of you still out there trying to look out after us too. So.
exactly, Miss Paula. We love you.
Yes.
We love all of
Don't get
y'all.
me wrong now.
He just likes to argue. I've always told him he'd argue with the stop sign.
Mama
So,
told me that too. So I already know.
but anyway, guys, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.